right, man. Who beat Subriel Matias after being aggressive, Airgraph, whatever his name is? I was pronouncing it right because I went to pronunciation.com, whatever it was. But at 140 pounds, who defeats Subriel Matias? Like I said before, he hasn't, fought the upper echelon opponents in boxing. He beating who he can beat right now, and everybody's saying he looking unstoppable. He a beast. He a dog. He the mother problem. Okay, you a goon. What's a goon to a goblin? Lil Wayne reference. He hasn't fought the top guys, and he ain't proven. And the guys that he is beating on, um, he doing what he's supposed to do with them, and you can't get mad at that. But he like a tough out. He's one of them guys that you don't see come along too often. And I didn't know he was already 31 years old. So yeah, you don't see this guy come along too often. And these guys don't get match made. Everybody want to stick and move and hit and not get hit and make smart decisions inside and outside the ring. Nobody fights with a reckless abandonment or aggressive nature anymore. You got him, Better BF, Williams, Zepeda. You got a couple guys who can do it. Okay. So he got one loss in his career, and that came to a guy he beat, Petros Ayana. He ended up destroying him in the rematch, and that was so he fought him through the COVID year. So I ain't even sure how credible that win was, but he came out and knocked him out in 9 rounds. He beat Jeremiah Nicholas Ponce. So he's fighting a certain caliber of guy, aggressive. Shajan Agrashakov. He beat him. I'm not sure who the hell he beat. So at the end of the day, he beating guys that we don't know of. Don't mean they not top guys. Stop Malik Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing for him is to go up there and is he gonna be able to fight top opposition? Can he do that to top opposition? Could he do that to the Rollies? I joke, I kid, I joke. Can he beat the Teofimo Lopez, Regis Prograis, Sandor Martin, Gary and Ty Russells, or eventually when he ready, Kenneth Sims, see what happened with Richardson Hitchison. Can he beat some of these talented guys? The Ryan Garcias, I joke, I kid. A step in the right way is a guy like Jose Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? Background Akadamadov. I think some of the guys that he should, be trying to fight next. I think Arnold Barboza signed with Golden Boy or Matchroom, somebody like that. Jose Ramirez, I think his contract up. Can he do that to some of these other top guys that we know of? Brandon Lee, I know him and Gary Russell in the same boat. They coming. I think Josh Taylor just said he moving up. Jermaine Ortiz ranked at 140. We'll see what happened with that. I think he's still 135 pounder. So that's the question. The next crop of guys that I like to see him step up against is the Jose Zepedas, the Jack Catteralls, the Kenneth Sims, the guy Kenneth Sims fought, Background Makadamadov, the Jose Ramirez's. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Sandor Martin. Can he fight somebody that can truly punch? Is the question in a high caliber of opponent. So I know everybody trying to say, he looks unbeatable. He looks like a problem. Absolutely, he is a problem. But can he continue to be a problem at the elite level? He got a world title, but he hasn't fought anybody elite in the class. And like a lot of these guys, T.O. beat, Josh Taylor, say what you want to say. He was the lineal. He was the lineal. So I think he's taking steps in the right direction before y'all crown the best in the division. I don't think he necessarily has to beat another champion because he could be Rolly, and what the hell do that mean? I just think he needs to fight another guy in another tier before, or he can go straight to the top tier and fight one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's he has to take a step in the right direction. I think it's overreaction. I didn't see it so many times where guys like him look so good. They look very, very good versus the guys they beating, and they step up and they lose. So he got to fight elite competition, or he got to start stepping towards taking elite competition. But if he continues to look anywhere in the demeanor or fashion that he looks, fighting the guys that he fighting, um, he gonna be a tough out for sure. He gonna be a tough out for sure. So you say who got the best chance of beating him. Obviously, either you gotta have great. If you ain't gonna have no power, you gonna have to have everything else. Gonna have to be great. Speed gonna have to be great. Athleticism gonna have to be great. Um, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pick your shots. You got to have a jab. You got to have all of that. And he's fighting out of Puerto Rico. Now maybe he ain't getting his credit being Puerto Rican because he more of an Afro Puerto Rican. I mean, y'all can tell me I don't know much about it, but Puerto Rico kind of got like a deficit right now, or right now it ain't another top Puerto Rican fighter right now. So I don't know why they don't get behind him. Is it because of the weight class? Is it because he's a darker Puerto Rican, or is it that he just ain't been marketed the right way and most people don't know about him? He's 31 years old, but I think one of the things I tend to not to like about him is that he rely on his chin too much, and already being 31 years old, he got a hard face too, by the way. So you could tell he could take a punch, but kind of being 31 years old, it's like, you know, and he got a tight guard too. His guard is really tight knit. He eats and rolls a lot of those shots. Those shots landing on the arms, them grazing shots, they still count. They still count. They still count. So they still count. They still count. So, but nonetheless, that's the only thing I really don't like about him. But in the style that he fight, he gonna be a tough out. A lot of them dudes, Devin Haney, he gonna get Haney problems. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna push him back and smother him, or you gonna box a masterclass performance, or if you can't hurt him. So I think Regis have a good opportunity versus him. But the only problem I have with Regis, if you get past Devin Haney and beating him, the only problem you really have with Subriel Matias and Regis is Regis, he trying to stay at the weight the whole time. To me, that's a problem. He trying to stay at the weight the whole time. So in reality, um, dude, Regis Prograis might not be 100% at the weight right now. And I think that might be a problem. So if you get into a fight of attrition with Subriel Matias with any fighter, I think weight starts to become a factor. I think weight starts to become a factor, a big factor. So so I think that's kind of his thing. I think Josh Taylor said he moving up. Um, I think Josh Taylor said he moving up. Um, so then you talking about Rolly. I think he destroys Rolly. I think he destroys. I think he destroys Ryan Garcia. I look forward to seeing Oscar Durat. Um, yeah, I look forward to seeing Oscar Durat in there versus him, and I finally get to see him. I never seen him really fight. Uh, so but then I think if I had to hedge my bet, I think T.O. probably got the best shot at beating him. I think he's an established champion, lineal guy. I think T.O. got the best chance at beating him. Counter punching guy, strong kid. I think he fight his best. when his back's against the wall. And I think his counter punching ability, is going to be a problem. Either Matisse going to overwhelm him with conditioning, or T.O. going to outbox him and out counter him. And I think T.O. can outbox and counter. I think T.O. might be able to stop him depending on the time and place. But, he got a tough chin. I think T.O. got the best chance of beating him. And it's just the simple fact that, styles make fights. That's my opinion on the styles make fight. I think T.O. got the best chance of beating him. You gotta have. I think you gotta have you gotta have some respectable power. If you ain't got no power, then you got to box your ass off. You gotta be strong. See, being strong and punching power ain't one and the same. You gotta be strong, all that. So you gotta be all of that. So if you ain't got no punching power, you gotta be better in all the other departments. You gotta be better in all the other departments. All the other departments. All the other departments. And that's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. So if you can't punch, you're gonna be in trouble. You gotta be on point everywhere else. So yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Who got the best chance of being Subriel Matias at 140? Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all niggas. Hit all. I'm reading the comment. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description, the link tree, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.